kutaka. So 1 2 1 2 kasema kama kijana wiki ya kwanza ameshapa head boy, huyu hawezi kaa shule. But we thank God, we turned out better. I looked for that gentleman many years later on. I bought him coffee and I appreciated him for that. Who was appreciating the other for discipline. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Nakuru County, the great Nakuru City. Nakuru City, Nakuru County. Ndo hao makofi tafadhali. Nandi County, very quickly. Nandi County, mko happy? Tuwapigie makofi tafadhali. Narok, our land of wheat. Narok mko happy? Ndo wale pale, sidai. Asante sana. Nyamira mko happy? Nyamira, asanteni sana. Ndo hao. Asante sana. Nyadarua mko wapi? Nyadarua mko huko tu, asanteni sana. Next time mtakuwa huko mbele, msikae tu penye huko tu penye county yenyu tu iko ile katikati ya huko, mnasongea karibu. Nyeri, where you at? Nyeri mko wapi? Nyeri, asante sana, tuwapigie makofi. Nyeri, spread your tentacles, asante sana. Alafu, ladies and gentlemen, Samburu, oh my goodness. Lazima tuwapigie makofi kabisa. Samburu. Michelle, hujasimama. Wendo Samburu kwa peke yako. You're the only one. You know, this lady has been leading this whole crew in dancing. Peke yake from tukitoka hapa, ndaangalia kama nimebeba checkbook, karibu Nairobi. You've seen the way our city has grown. Now we have roads on top of roads, you know. We have a new government. Have you seen that? Welcome, karibu sana. Ladies and gentlemen, Siaya County, mko happy? After that whole sauti, okay, Siaya wako hapa, it's okay. Tharaka Nithi, niliona wako wengi. Tharaka Nithi, oh, there they are, makofi kwa tafadhali. Trans Nzoia, where are you? Trans Nzoia, wako pale nyuma tafadhali, makofi kwa, asante sana. Uasin Gishu, there they are as well, makofi kwa ya mwisho. And of course, a county which we need to decide whether it's, well, I think it depends on which institution you went to. If you went to college, it's a different pronunciation. And if you went to university, it's a different pronunciation. If you went to college, it's Wajir. If you went to university, it's Wajir. So, Wajir in the house? Wajir mko wapi? Ndio yule wale. Simama tu, mam, uko peke yako, tukucelebrate, uko peke yako, simama tu. Let's appreciate her. And I think especially, don't sit, mom. I think it's important for us to realize that I think we are growing, and day by day we're getting civilized and realizing how the girl-child education is important. All right? And especially from such areas, it's important for us to recognize that. So once again, Family Group Foundation, that is amazing. Tumpige makofi once again. And of course, finally, ladies and gentlemen, the most beautiful county, and of course, city in the whole of Africa, ladies and gentlemen, Nairobi County, where you at? Wapi makofi ya Nairobi County? Bas, asanteni, nyinyi ndio mmetuhosa. Asante. Si ndio na nyinyi wote sasa jipigeni makofi nyinyi wote. So, of course, to our board, to our MD, and of course, Director Education, Dr. Muite, you see that this is clearly a well-balanced equation. I mean, we're having guys from literally every corner of Kenya, making sure that all dreams are supported, and making sure that, of course, we're making sure we have the next presidents, the next ministers, the next directors, the next CEOs, the next doctors, the next whatever career you want to take from different parts of this country. So this is beautiful. So once again, to the Family Group Foundation, this is amazing. So now, to get into the speeches, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome, of course, the Executive Director, the Family Group Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, John Waimere. Let's appreciate him as he comes forth. Tumesema tunapiga makofi mpaka anafika.
And all guests gathered here. Our chief guest, Chacha Muita, Director Education, representing the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Family Group Foundation Board Chair, Dr. Francis Moraya, and the co-directors. Let me recognize Mwema Mwindi, Director, as well as Annie Muya. Chairman, Family Bank, Dr. Wilfred Kiboro. CEO, Family Bank, Rebecca Mbithi. The team from Family Bank, led by the EXCO members, as well as area managers, branch managers, and the teams from the banks. The teams from the foundation. I also want to recognize the chairman of Sports Kenya, who are our hosts, who's just walked in. Charles Waithaka, probably just stand and wave to the congregants, the students, ladies and gentlemen. Members of the Fourth Estate who are gathered here, other invited guests, and our distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hamjambo. Good morning. Habari asubuhi. Thank you very, very much. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you very, very warmly to this 2023 event to commission the high school scholarship beneficiaries. You've heard that they've come from the entire face of Kenya. 35 counties have nominated boys and girls to this golden opportunity. And so we are delighted to have Waziri's office, Ministry of Education, to officiate at this event. So, Bwana Chacha Mwita tutakuita Waziri for now, because you are the bearer of Waziri's speech. So, karibu Waziri. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered to celebrate the great strides that we have made as a foundation to transform lives positively, as inscribed in our vision. So since 2012, when Family Group Foundation was formed, our mission has been to empower families by ensuring we catalyze positive change, to make sure that we create wealth for vulnerable families and build sustainable community programs. And our programs are diverse. We are in education, which is what we are celebrating today, but we are also in agribusiness, construction, ICT, environmental conservation, entrepreneurship development. And so we have a diversity of programs that we are running. So Tufuzu na Elimu is our flagship high school scholarship program that has aided thousands of children from needy backgrounds and vulnerable groups to pursue quality high school education. So it gives me pleasure that over the years, we have been able to transition about 90% of our students to move into tertiary education, which is a landmark for us. And this year, through the commitment, the financial commitment of Family Bank, we have set aside about 60 million, which we are giving to these beneficiaries of our scholarship programs. So the boys and girls who are gathered here will be able to enjoy that for us. So ladies and gentlemen, to better manage our efforts, in 2021 we repurposed our scholarship program so that we would ensure that it inculcates positive social impact and sustainability. And so what we implement is an all-inclusive, decentralized, and participatory approach at county level. And that's why when we recognized each of the 35 counties, they were selected through a very, very rigorous process. A process that was all-encompassing, a process that involved the Ministry of Education at grassroots, the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of the Children's Department, Kenya High School Heads Association, Kenya Primary School Heads Association, county governments, as well as CECs, as well as CDF managers. So the diversity ensures that the 302 boys and girls who are gathered here have gone through a very rigorous process. And so that means that from the time the results were announced on December 21st last year, the team at Foundation, Family Group Foundation, has gone around the 32 counties to be able to coordinate and get the volunteer selection panels to be able to bring out the best of these students, from identifying them, to interviewing them, to visiting their individual homes, just to verify and corroborate the level of need and vulnerability that these children face today. So let me express my heartfelt gratitude to the great men and women of valor that were part of these selection panels, because it's through their voluntary commitment to take up this noble cause that we have the boys and girls, the men and women gathered here today. So at the foundation, I want to thank my team, who obviously for the continued dedication and invaluable support to make this happen. And also, we recognize the alumni of the Family Group Foundation Scholarship Program, who are also part of the team that comes back every so often to give support to the ones who we are onboarding. Tell them their story, and you'll be hearing these stories in a short while. So obviously, I also appreciate my board for providing transformative leadership, wise counsel, and strategic direction, because you are the inspiration to make this happen. In a few moments, we will hear stories from these young men and young women, stories of them triumphing through adversity, the stories of them thriving amidst misfortune, and the proof that, just like the DG mentioned, that God works in mysterious ways, because for them to be here, it can only be God, and the same message that was delivered to us. And we remind them that this journey of life is about mountains and valleys, about highs and lows, about laughter and cries. And so today, many of them are smiling because this has transformed their lives and their families. But we also need to remind them that they have excelled, and hongera to each one of them. But it takes focus, it takes passion, it takes self-motivation, and very, very long hours to achieve your childhood dreams. So as the children, as the boys and girls, as the young men and women gathered here today transition to their next station of life, they should remember that your future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. And no better individual than our host here who told us his story. But the story by Pius Meto resonates with many of us, that someone held your hand, someone gave you a shoulder to cry upon, someone stood by you, and you are the giant you are today because of someone else. And so we keep saying that you need to dream big. You should never give up on your dreams. But also remember that in life, it is your responsibility to give your very best to the world. So as you sit here today, remember, you are here because you excelled. And in 2026, when we gather here again, we will be seeing you again because you excelled in your high school education. And so we believe that once you give your very best, you will fulfill your lifelong dreams and the desires of your hearts. And we say this as I conclude, we remind you that God has great plans for you, and God will prosper you, and greatness comes through God. So asanteni sana, na Mungu abariki sana. So I'll invite Ofweneke to come and take over from here.
All right. Thank you. I also just want to add, of course, on the list of guys who we are appreciating. Also want to just appreciate the family as well. Mrs. Kereri Moya Tafadhali, just to stand and wave kindly. That's part of the family. Thank you very much. And of course, Mrs. Wamboi Moya as well. Just stand up, of course, just wave. Oh, they came with their beautiful girls. Can you just, girls, just stand up and wave with the rest? Welcome. And we're just chilling, right? You know, we just, we began store rows, then after the swim alleys on, then, yeah. Ah, my God. And of course, that's part of the family, of course. Yes. I was coming there, madam. Okay, fine. Yeah, my Jesus. You good, eh? So just mama, you just wave at guys, eh? Yeah. Yeah. No, you just hear like, yeah, my fans need our pen and deal, just. And you, girl, hey, beautiful. Just wave at everybody. Just wave at her, Yeah. Oh, ma'am, you're forcing me. Sisi wa huko ghetto unasimama niache wase niache. So I like that. So ladies and gentlemen, this they're part of the family, and of course they're part of making very integral decisions in making sure that this foundation stands and is well supported. Sasa so sikuwasimamisha tu wasalimie for the sake, ni muone wale watu behind the scenes, part of the family ambao wana support na ku make sure that is a scholarship do inaongezeka, the numbers inaongezeka. So tuwapige makofi tena, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for representing the family. You can see the impact that this is having. I know we started from a figure of around 50, and now we are 300, and we have all these beautiful people coming from different parts of the country. So, I mean, I think on behalf of them, as you just go back to the family, tell them how much impact this is having and how much lives are changing, how many homesteads we are realizing their dreams through this. So, asante and thank you very much. All right? Let's appreciate them, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, part of the Family Bank Exco, I also want to appreciate, once again, our Chief Officer Public Sector, Madam Nancy Njao. Tumpige makofi tena, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, she's always the one praying for us. Oh, thank you, Madam Deaconess. God bless you, man. And of course, my very good friend, Chief Marketing Officer, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Yeah, I call her Madam G. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate her. Madam Mandawa, let's appreciate her, ladies and gentlemen. All these guys, make sure mnawaona. Every time mko shule, mnakumbuka faces hawa sasa nimeamsha. Sasa, because hao ndo wanakaa kwa boardroom, wakidecide, make sure hiyo do imetoka and everything. Sasa, mnanisikiza? So that's why mnapiga makofi mkiwaona. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, also the head of head ICT and of course operations department representative, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Njage. Let's appreciate him as well. And of course, the lady who is also part of that department that makes sure at the end of the day, after the budgeting has been done, the selection has been done, the thorough vetting has been done, yeye ndiye anaweka signature, anasema hii pesa iko sawa, itoke. Na pia mimi lazima nimpigie makofi kwa sababu pia anahakikisha pia watoto wangu wako na chakula leo. Pia niko very emotional sana nikita jina yake. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Manager, Finance Department, ladies and gentlemen, also in charge of course approval of the funds, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Regina Miano. Tumpige makofi tafadhali. So to the ladies who wanted to do accounts and finance, you see, you can actually, look beautiful, look young, and still be in charge of a powerful portfolio. Simona, all dreams can be achieved. Tupige makofi tena tafadhali tena. Thank you. So very quickly back into the speeches, ladies and gentlemen. I now want to call forth, yes, we've already done that. Now, we're going to be having a conversation about how far we have come and why we're here and why it's important for you as a city here to take this scholarship serious. All these guys have sat down and they made sure that it was a very authentic, vigorous vetting process. To make sure kila mtu mwenye amegeti scholarship, you're getting it not because you're privileged of knowing somebody, but because you actually deserve it. So as much as yes, there are parts where the county government was involved, there are parts where the area members of parliament were involved, but we made sure, at times we made sure we even came to your homes to make sure tunajua that clearly you deserve this one. So once again, in unison, to appreciate to our board of directors, kila mtu appreciate the whole guys ambao ni masimu wamesimama. So before we get into of course the overview of the foundation high school scholarships and telling our stories and of course the scholarship beneficiaries, I want to call my good friends. Let me have my list. Kindly, it's just on top of the table. Yes, I've just left it there. Thank you so much. So kuna wale ambao ndaita, and of course let me have my able gentleman help me move the podium to the ground kindly. The able gentleman, let me somebody nisaidie, ni wanaume wa miraba minane. Wanaume wa miraba minane ambao mmeunga ungungu. Chololo, chololo, chololo. Just help me put this down kindly. So I'm going to call a few amazing guys to the front. And when they come in, of course, we just be having a small conversation. So ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Mokeira, who achieved 382 marks, Pangani Girls. Tumpige makofi tafadhali anapokuja. Kevin Karaoke, who attained 372 marks from going to Thika High. Kevin Karaoke. Wape makofi tafadhali. Where is Kevin? Kevin Karaoke. Okay. Winnie Chepkogei. Winnie Chepkogei, 386 marks. Going to Kapalong Girls. Makofi tafadhali kwake. Brian Karaoke, 394 marks, going all the way to Maseno School. Wapi makofi tafadhali. Monono yo working style vile kona kiburi nyinyi mmeona. You guys better know who I am. Me sit over here. Songesha hii mmenekea hapa cushion. Chaniangalie bwana Dr. Muite kwa uso anikumbuke. Ryan Kubasu, 362 marks, going to St. George's Kilifi. Wape makofi tafadhali. Alafu basi Hussein Rajab ambaye alipata marks 384 marks, going all the way to Kitui High. Wape makofi yake tafadhali. Keep on clapping until they come, guys. Karibu sana. Rajab, habari yako? Uko sawa? Ukuja na kipaza sauti? Nisaidie ianze na hapa. Thank you very much. Rajab, hujambo? Uko sawa? Tuliongea yani kwa ajili ya sauti, na unajua lazima yani uipaze ili yani kila mtu aweze kukusikia. Kwa hiyo unajua tuko kwenye live kwenye CNN, kwenye tuko live CNN. So karibu sana. How do you feel? How do you feel being here, first of all? How does it make you feel?
I'm feeling very happy to be here because it is my first time, and I'm feeling very happy. I'm in the capital city of my country, my homeland, and I'm very excited.
Wapi makofi wewe? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So first of all, we're just going to like this. So you're going to say your name and say your home county. And of course, just reassure us again the marks that you got and the high school that you're going to.
I am Hussein Rajab from Kwale County. I was in the new Mkwakwani Primary School near Okunda Airstrip. I scored 384 marks in KCPE. And I'm very proud of that. I would like to join Kitui High School. And
what do you want to be? And also, what do you want to be?
my career is to be a doctor.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, to all the doctors in the house, you can see we are setting the bar. Lol. The next. Your name, which country you represent, which school you're going to, how much marks did you get, and what you actually want to be.
Okay, my name is Winnie Jepkosgei. I'm from Nandi County. I was in SCK Kaibea Primary School, and I attained 386 marks. I'm gladly joining Kapalong Girls. My career is to be an accountant.
Wow. Thank you very much. On to the next one.
My name is Brian Karaoke from Laikipia County, home of tourists. I attended the Ngitho Primary School near Nanyuki Referral Hospital. I attained 394 marks joining Maseno School.
Beautiful. Karoki, what do you want to be? What do you want to be?
A civil engineer.
Hey. Beautiful. On to the next one. Kubasu.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Riamche.
That was so innocent. Like, yeah, actually, you guys have no idea. For me, it's a testimony already. Yes, Kubasu.
Okay, I'm Riamche Kubasu. I come from Nairobi City. I'm son of the soil.
Where?
I attended Madhari Primary School near Madhari Mental Hospital. I got 362 marks.
Beautiful.
I'm proud to join St. George High School, which is in Kilifi. And my career is to be a graduated teacher of mathematics and English. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Beautiful, beautiful. And finally.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Michelle Mokera. I'm from Nyamira County. I studied in Holy Star Academy and joining Pangani Girls, 382 marks.
Beautiful.
Thank you. When I grow up, I want to be a neurosurgeon and an author just like Ben Carson.
Woo! Yeah. We talk about gifted hands right here, guys, all right? I think that stands out for me. One of the things I've learned in life is they say at least by the time you are leaving this place to another place, make sure you've written at least 5 books. That's what they say. I don't know about you, Doctor, I've already written one so far. It's called The Art of MC. Why did you laugh? Really? As in, I cannot be taken serious. I actually authored my first book. I released it in December. It's called The Art of MC. Yeah. So I'm an author. I need to add that as well. So my name is Dr. Foneke. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor, TV host, radio host, and an author. Hey, Kiburi. Hey, Kiburi FC. Thank you so much. So I just want to get straight into it. Yes, so we'll balance. So hapo itatembea ikizunguka na hivi karaoke utashikilia ikizunguka hivi. So first of all, we appreciate the fact that you're here. And I think in front of the board and the all decision makers, you've proved to us that you actually have a dream and a mission of somewhere you want to be and what you really want to achieve. And that is something very commendable, right? But I just want us to understand a few things. Hussein, how did you get to know about the scholarship?
It was on a Thursday, like this D-Day, whereby I decided to visit my primary school friend called Abubakar. When I arrived at his home, I met with a sister called Mariam, who had 2 application forms from the Family Bank Foundation at Ukunda branch for my friend Abu and I. So I took the application form home and filled what was necessary to be filled. But the problem is that I returned the application form at Family Bank Ukunda branch one day after the deadline.
All right.
Fortunately, I met a kind person called Mr. Jackson at the Family Bank Foundation at Ukunda branch. He accepted my reason and took the application form, and I was very demented with ecstasy for that.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was a red letter day.
And that is how I found myself in the Family Bank Foundation.
Hussein, let me just ask if it's okay with you disclosing to us. What was the challenge that you probably experienced? Was it in terms of proximity? Kwenda kufeel, get to mom and dad? Nini ilifanyika take so much time wewe kufika kwa kupatana?
It is, I'm living with my grandparents, so getting the details of my father was very hard. That's why.
But you were able to do so later on?
Yes.
Makofi. Winnie, talk to us. Winnie, how did you get to know about the scholarship?
Okay, after I had finished my class 8 primary education, so my parents were so distressed because they had no otherwise. So afterwards, these results were released. Then I scored the good marks. And in my school, there was the school arrears. So my parents said, Winnie, you have attained good marks, but the problem is we cannot afford to pay the school fees. So I was stressed because imagining to lose my school, but I used to tell my parents nothing is impossible. Okay.
Amazing.
So one fine morning, we had a call of our area chief, and he informed my parents that there is an application of a scholarship which the family bank is funding. And thereafter, I filled the application forms, and after a week, we were called for an interview there in CDF office, whereby we
asked questions.
Yeah, we asked them questions, and afterwards we packed our homes.
All right.
And after some few days, my parents were called from a manager branch. The manager branch called my parents that I was one of the beneficiary.
From the family bank branch?
Yeah, yes.
All right.
So I was so glad. I was happy. She told my parents that we had to go to Nairobi the following day. It was on Monday. So I was happy, imagining to come to our city.
Have you been here before?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I was so glad because I haven't come to this place. This is what I was so excited to, because I had not reached this place before.
Wow.
So this is how I reached this place, and I'm so happy.
Beautiful. Round of applause, guys. I'm really trying to be a strong lawyer man here. Welcome. You see the way the city is beautiful, just like you read it in the books. All right? Yeah. And now you count this as many trips you'll be making here. And finally, you'll be making a trip here, a stopover at JKIA, as you're heading to do your master's. All right? So get excited about that. All right? Beautiful. Brian, talk to us. How did you get to know about the scholarship?
Okay, it was on a Monday, the day that I am not that realistic. It's the day that the Equity Bank was celebrating their scholars. I was one of them who filled the Wings to Fly form.
But now you filled this one?
That day, I was very discouraged, thinking how I will go back to thinking how I'll go to school, how I'll join secondary school. But I just sat and told my God, I have been serving for you for long. Now is your time to do something. I just take the Bible and read from the book of Psalms 25, verse 1, which says, those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which can never be shaken nor removed. On that day, I went to my former primary school, and I was so very discouraged. That day, the teachers had a meeting. All of them had a meeting. One of the senior teachers, because our school has 3 senior teachers, one of the senior teachers who I loved most was called Mr. Macharia. So I was really dull. He entered the office to continue the meeting. Like 5 minutes after, he called me to the head teacher's office. Even the head teacher was in the presence. The head teacher told me that the MCA of our ward, known as Anthony Doyori, has called me asking for a pupil to go and fill the scholarship form of the Family Group Foundation. I got out of the office. The teachers had to vote, and because I was a good boy, I had discipline. All the teachers, see how God comes. All the teachers who were in that meeting voted for me.
Makofi.
I was so very happy. So, still on that day, I went to the CEC office, took the CEC office of Laikipia, took the form, and I filled it.
All right.
And one form was missing, the chief's letter.
All right.
It was now on a Friday. Then I was to delay that form, to wait till Monday, since the government's offices are not opened on Saturday and Sundays.
Yes.
I was to wait on Monday. Monday morning, I woke up at 6. I went to the chief's gate and waited for him.
Until he came.
Like,
I'm not leaving this place without this paper.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And I took it to the CC. And that's still that day that I took, that Monday.
That same Monday.
That's still Monday.
Yes.
It was like afternoon. My mother received a call. And my mother explained to me that she is the manager of Nanyuki branch family group, the family bank. Has called her and telling him that you will have a training in Nairobi.
All right.
I just hurried up to it and I went to church.
Come on.
Yes.
And you started praying.
To thank God.
Prayer of thanksgiving.
Praying.
Misplace ya kupiga makofi church. Beautiful.
I went to church after receiving the report. I read and I thanked God and I went back home. My mother received another phone call telling that I should prepare myself and be at the branch at 2. I prepared myself that day since I live Nairobi. I was born just near Nairobi, Kiambu County. But we went to stay in Laikipia. I was very happy.
Amazing. Tumpige makofi tafadhali, ladies and gentlemen.
And God bless you.
And God bless you too as well. Amazing. Yeah. You said you want to become a civil engineer?
Yes.
Ukifikisha huku kando ukifanya theology, hakuna shida. Ugonge na theology hapa kando, hakuna shida.
I'm one of the bado naendelea na hiyo nini class. Kuna class inakuwa kando. Tunasoma theology.
No, I actually did law. I did theology as well. So you can still do all these things. And see, the most important thing is that you've put God at the center of it all. We say he's the fourth person in the fire. And that's what you did.
Yes.
Tumpige makofi tafadhali, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mokera, let me just ask. After you received this news, and now that you've gotten the scholarship, and now you're here today, and you're sure that today you're working with a fully paid scholarship, what are you thankful for? What are you actually thankful for?
I'm thankful because this is my great chance of pursuing my dreams. Like being a neurosurgeon is something fantastic in life, And with this scholarship, I believe that I'm going to do the best. Yes.
Amazing. Man like Ryan, man like Basu. Very dangerous dancer. Dr. Mwita, you are not here. Hey, this boy threw down the house, but he was just doing some certain things. I was like, hey, are we being delivered? Okay. Ryan, what are you thankful for? What are you literally thankful for?
I'm really, really thankful and grateful to the Family Bank Foundation because I come from an unstable family of a single parent father. Mother separated with father when I was just little, very little. And so he is a job searcher and he does casual work sometimes. And thinking of how he could save money to help me go to secondary school was slim. So I thank you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Ryan, it's just you and Dad. So it's just you and Dad.
Yeah.
All these years.
All this is.
Do you know why I resonate? As I told you guys, at times your past should never define where you want to be in life. Ryan, your story and I are almost the same. My mom left me when I was 1 week old. So my dad raised me up, of course, with the help of my grandma, once in a while when he had to go to job. Because at that time he went to work. There used to be something called Amazon Motors back in the days. So he was a salesman, pale akijaribu kuuza spare parts. So until when I was around 5-6 years, is when now my dad remarried. And that's the lady I've known as my mom all these years. So I will totally relate with you until that around that time, how much it has taken your father to raise you up just to two and make sure that you're okay. And now, you see, you have an opportunity to repay Dad back by giving the best, doing your best, and achieving the best. His biggest gift in life.
The biggest, because he is the person who has been a helping hand to my education. I couldn't have got these marks if it was him.
Beautiful. Let's appreciate ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, back to you, Hussein, because I saw that as we finish up on this. Hussein, what word do you have for other children out there? What would you tell them?
I will tell other children outside that I have another family, that is Family Bank Foundation.
Come on.
And I will tell them that I didn't come here from the heaven, but I did work hard. And I'm telling them that they must do hard work than me, and they must put more effort, and they might find them in this beautiful family here.
Beautiful. Asante sana. Pass it over back to Ryan. So Ryan, we need to just give it Ryan. Ryan, talk to your fellow beneficiaries. What would you want to tell them?
I want to tell them that yesterday they were told about the rules and regulations of how they will cope up with this family. So I want to say, do your best, work hard, aim at B+ or B and above, so that you can be great people in the future. Thank you.
Beautiful. Sana. And finally, Winnie, to you, of course, Dr. Mwito is here, who is the Director of Education, who is the representative of the government. What would you want to tell the government of Kenya?
I really like to...
Oh, so we'll just... Oh, okay, we'll come. I think I'm the one who confused. Yes, you'll talk, then you'll talk as well.
I really like to thank them for helping us, because this is a great chance for us. Like, we can now feel that we are never forgotten. We already feel great. Like, I believe that you are going to work hard and make them proud. Yeah.
Beautiful. So, Winnie, what are your... Once you're done, and of course you get into university, And my trust is you'll do equally as well at the university. From there, what are your future plans? What are your future goals?
My future goals is to pursue a degree in accounts, whereby I will afterwards graduate as an accountant, and thereafter I will serve or work together as a team with this family group. So I would like to thank. And thereafter, we'll also serve as one and serve the nation with under minimal supervision.
Beautiful. Under minimal supervision. Thank you so much. Yeah, HR managers, are you here? Is there any HR manager here? So you said you can work under less pressure. Beautiful. Brian, finally, you've cleared. You've graduated, you have a master's in civil engineering. From there now, what's the main goal? After now you achieve, what's the main goal after that?
My main goal is to come back here in Family Bank and support them, support other children. And I was, the time I was coming, I was seeing 3 children here. And I started thinking about them. And I promised God the time that He will help me and get money and be financially stable. I will build a rehabilitation center, children's home, and a school in that children's home.
Beautiful.
Both a primary and a junior secondary school.
Beautiful.
And God, if He will help me,
He will.
Even in university.
He will.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate the kings and the queens as they walk off the podium. Asanteni sana. Let's clap for them, guys. Stop picking my coffee. Thank you so much, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Michelle Mokeria, Kevin Kariuki, Winnie Chepkogoi, Brian Kariuki, Ryan Kabashi, and of course, Hussein Rajab. Very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, now, to those ones, Bona Director, these are the 2 that I'm calling. Shortly are the ones who are actually successful beneficiaries. And we just want in very short words, how they got into this and how are their lives right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to call forth Grace Mumbi, who is an alumni of the Family Group Foundation. Grace Mumbi, who of course was in class of 2014-2017 and graduated in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, wapi makofi yake tafadhali. It's important to note that as she walks to the podium and takes her seat, she's actually pursued, of course, her degree in criminology. So she's studying us, literally. Now she can tell who is who and who is not. So karibu sana usinisome tafadhali. Kumbuka wakili na tutasoma na usicheze. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, Mr. James Mburu, ladies and gentlemen, tumpige makofi as well. Also an alumni 2014-2017 and is just to graduate this year 2023, pursued Bachelor in Business Management. Tumpige makofi as well, ladies and gentlemen. James, just collect the microphone. So very quickly, your the high schools that you guys attended and your counties. Yes, let's start with you, Grace. Sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Grace Somboy Mombi. I am a beneficiary of the Family Group Foundation, class of 2014-2017. I studied at Nyandarua High School, managed to get a B-, went to African Nazarene University, where I pursued a degree in criminology, criminal justice and security management, to be precise. Thank you. I am currently at the Christian Albrechts University of Kiel in Germany, pursuing a master's in forensic science.
Where?
I am also a beneficiary of the foundation's PowerLearn project, which is a course in software development, where I'm majoring in that and Python.
Asante sana. I hope you are opening up your ears and hearing well. Mnasikia? Watu wameenda Germany. Kutoka Nyandarua. Baka ni Berlin ama nilipitianga huko kwa Atlas. Nitumia Atlas nikapigia kona nikaingia Germany, France. Oga James. And you?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm James Mburu from Mombasa County. I went to Kenyatta High School Matate, being sponsored by the Family Group Foundation, where I scored a C+. I was called to Technical University of Mombasa. I pursued a bachelor's in business administration, where I specialized in marketing. I'm yet to graduate this year, April probably. I'm also a beneficiary of the PLP, which was also a privilege given to me through Family Bank. I also did my internship at Family Bank branch Mtwapa, where I worked as an intern for 3 months. And I can confidently say that the experience was great. And I'm now grateful to be in my second internship at the foundation.
Beautiful. Open my coffee for that, ladies and gentlemen. So, Grace, let me just ask. And you just sitting there is a clear hope to all this, especially the girl child that is here. I mean, all the way from Nyandora, getting all the way to Germany, and having done all those things. What would you tell the girl today from the village who is seated in this room?
It is very doable. I am a village girl, as you are. I have traveled across the world, and it is very doable. 9 years ago in 2014, I sat in the same hall where you guys are seated, where I was inducted to the team and joined the Family Group Foundation. And I am grateful for the journey we've taken together. I've also gone back to the foundation as my way of giving back.
Volunteer.
Yes. That's why I am here to facilitate you guys to achieve your dreams. It is very possible. It may not seem like it when you are starting, but it will be worth it at the very end.
Beautiful. Yes, once more. One last question to you, James. One thing I'm happy is there's a part you've said, and that is what has carried it for me.
Yes.
You had a C+.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's this stereotype that you only have to get an A for you to be able to reach the heights of your academics. Did you at a point feel like, this was not an A, it was in a B, so should I not do this? Should I hold myself? How did you get the confidence? I mean, how did you push yourself when you're getting into that class every single day and you're competing against people who actually got A's?
Okay. The fact of me having a C+, it was really discouraging, but I took it positively.
All right.
And a challenge for me to work hard, because I realized that those people who had A's and me, there was no difference. So I worked hard. I worked hard because I believed I could do better than anyone else.
Yeah, continue.
So I encouraged myself, and I'm glad I'm here now.
Beautiful. Tupige makofi, ladies and gentlemen. One statement from each to to the rest of the world, to the government or to the foundation or to the students, one statement each as we finish up. Just one last statement.
Okay, to the foundation, firstly, I would like to appreciate you for the initiative of sponsoring the students from humble backgrounds and the family bank at large and all the stakeholders.
All right.
It's really great. You really touch the souls of many students, including I myself. And I will say that, guys, take this opportunity very seriously and work hard. Remember that you deserved it because you can do it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Grace?
To the foundation, I am grateful. Dr. Wilfred, Dr. Francis, I am coming to those seats as Dr. Wamboy.
Hey. Better clear some room for her.
To the rest of the beneficiaries, you worked hard for that position. You are so many of you who applied, but you're qualified because you are the best and you deserved it. Please prove to the foundation that they did not make a wrong choice in choosing you guys to be the beneficiaries. Go work hard, and it is not work hard as a name. Prove it that you are working hard.
Beautiful.
Achieve your dreams. It is very possible. Be that teacher, be that doctor, be that engineer. We deserve that in this country, and we deserve to be proud that we went through the hands of Family Group Foundation, and we are grateful people in this country. God bless you. God bless the Family Group Foundation.
Fantastic. Tuwapige makofi, let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. Just place the microphone there. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a few elements left in the program, very few speeches. But before that, I want to welcome the chairman, and of course, who's going to invite Ipandishe tu hapa juu, tafadhali. Thank you so much. Msiangukiwe. Na mmeunga hata mtoi sauti. Thank you. Fantastic. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite the chairman, who will of course invite our chief guest for the day. So ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate Dr. Wilfred Kibor. Tumpige makofi tafadhali. You keep on clapping until they come. That's the rule, huh? Oh, Bwana DG. You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, MC. I have consulted with the guest of honor, and actually he has some time. So it is okay, with your permission, if we could follow the program as it was.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you very much.
He has some time. He has adjusted himself.
Thank you, sir. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
So allow me to invite Dr. Kiboro. Dr. Kiboro is also one of the founders of the foundation. He's actually the one that I took over from. He's chairman emeritus of the foundation. We call him super chairman because he's in all the boards that you can think of. So with all due respect, okay. I'm guided by the MC that there was also a video that needed to be showed before the speeches. So I think we'll go to the video, and then after that, Dr. Kiboro will address the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana DG. Let's appreciate him, ladies and gentlemen. I think Dr. Mwite, I know it's going to be alluded, of course, by the other dignitaries, but I have done this for 13 years, and especially when government officials are in. Most of them, they want to go early enough, but you just thinking of that is very humble of you, so we appreciate your humility, sir. Asanteni sana. So sijui kama itabidi tutoe hizi, mtanisaidia tafadhali, tuvisongeshe viti hivi ili wale ambao kwa kule nyumba waweze kuvizia pia. Kiswahili hichi kinani stress, inanikula kichwa Kiswahili, tafadhali. Thank you so much, able gentlemen, as you help me move it. So to our dignitaries, our EXCO, board of directors, and all the guests, just want to take you through a little clip, just show the whole journey behind the Family Group Foundation and what they've been able to do, and just some of the testimonials as well. Santeni sana. Pole pole too, careful, careful. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate our service providers for doing an amazing job. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Now the podium. Podium, eh? Thank you very much as you do so. Those ones who wanted to get into media, DJ. Wale mko mnataka kuingia media, this is what is called behind the scenes production, eh? Some of the things that don't make it on TV, kusongesha viti, kuweka, kutoa, kurudisha. So imagine if you're watching TV, this was not happening. Sasa, thank you very much. So, leo nirudi hapa juu for the sake of continuity. Cameras tuko sawa? Tukaeni kama hiyo haikuwa, si ndio? So ladies and gentlemen, now I want to take you on a small trip on the journey behind Family Group Foundation. Technical, kindly.
that they need to excel in their academics. tertiary skills, life skills and soft skills. And there are 4 modular approach. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, and post high school. And each of the classes has age-specific content. So that we are addressing for 1, we are addressing issues of that are relevant to that age. But so it's a combination of life skills, soft skills, as well as academic performance. Even at Form 4, we brought in a post-high school pathway, which essentially means that those who excel, and our track record has been that 98% of our students transition from Form 4 to university, which is a very, very commendable. It means that we will provide them with some funding or scholarship to pursue the university education. So it means that we will not, our beneficiaries from Form 1 will seamlessly transition to the university. And as they enter the universities in either second year, third year, or 4th year, we provide opportunities for them for internships in their respective, in some of the 95 plus branches that the bank currently runs.
I was relieved because at least I knew that my parents would not have to struggle a lot to pay my fees. They will now have an easier time to cater for other family needs. The scholarship experience for me has been great. It has pushed me to really work hard to maintain the scholarship and also to give back to the foundation after then investing in the studies. Helping me in that I'm able to socialize with people, I'm getting to know new people, getting to know about many schools in the country, and also getting to learn from others, managing experiences. What I've learned is the importance of knowing yourself and how important it is to appreciate yourself, and also the importance of appreciating others, and how important it is to manage your emotions in the right way, because it has an impact, it has a depending on what you choose to do. Also, I would like to tell the Lookuptv Foundation a big thank you for supporting us in our studies and for also investing in education, which is very important, and I pray that God will bless them and increase them.
All right, just put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado and without too much talking, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite back the DG, of course, who's now from there. Okay, yes, I actually just realized. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite my very good friend, a lady who I respect so much, and I just love the way she runs the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate the one and only Madam MD. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Executive Director, Officer, Family Bank Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Rebecca Mbidi. Tumpige makofi tafadhali. Keep on clapping until she gets here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Mic check. All right. Our chief guest, the Director of Education, Chacha Mwita, our family group foundation chair, our family bank chairman, Dr. Wilfred Kiboro, directors of the Family Group Foundation, our host, chairman and MD of Sports Stadia, the team of Family Bank Family Group Foundation, staff of Family Bank Foundation, most importantly, our guests today, the ladies and gentlemen who are the students today. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to be here. This is one of the days I really enjoy in my typical day as the CEO of Family Bank, especially when I see very beautiful young and bright faces all wearing our brand. And I can say Kasarani is blue. So thank you for painting Family Bank colors, which is the color blue. I want to start by congratulating you once more on 3 things. First and foremost, the marks I've had here are not small marks. Are they small marks? I can just imagine the level of work that has happened to get you those marks. And I'll ask the people who are here, other than the students, to just really clap for you the same way we've been taught. So those claps today are from the adults in this room because we recognize the type of work that needs to happen for you to get those marks. Well done for those remarkable marks. The second reason why I want to really congratulate you is that you've managed to go to very, very good schools. Can you congratulate yourself? But I want to tell you, in addition to going to good schools, maybe sometimes it's not the school of your choice, but it's a school, is that it gives you a good head start, but nevertheless, the real success comes nevertheless from you. But the school does provide a good environment. Thirdly, again, is to just congratulate you for receiving this scholarship. I think when you listen to the statistics that are there, 1.24 million young people like you sat for KCPE last year. And out of those, 200,000 will miss an opportunity to join school because of lack of funds. So among those, you've been lucky to be the chosen few, and we want to thank God and congratulate you for that achievement of being awarded the scholarship. So let's clap for ourselves. So again, as I stand here, I see truly a blessed and favored group by the Almighty who's enabled you to have this opportunity and to bring people to your path who will be able to support you, and that is Family Bank. So for me, I'm glad to be part of the people who give back to the community, just to complement the government efforts towards making sure our children transition fully from primary school to secondary school. I think the thought process, it isn't a no-brainer that we need to transition our children fully. And we know that the challenges come to us in the form of the ability to afford that education in secondary schools. So Family Bank has joined the government efforts in complementing your initiatives. I know there's a lot of bursaries that have gone in by government, and we're happy as Family Bank to be able to contribute and play a role and partner with government to ensure this transition. This year alone, Director, you'll be pleased to know that we set aside 60 million shillings as Family Bank towards this high school sponsorship kitty. And from the list you've seen today, we are proud to have sponsored 302 vulnerable students from 32 counties. And this is up from, as you've heard, from 11 counties in 2020. So we are growing, and we thank God for that. Now, as Family Bank, we are proud that this kitty that we have set aside enables to cater for full scholarship for these young ladies and gentlemen, which caters for their tuition, accommodation, school uniform, and upkeep. So as a bank, we are also purposing to mold all-rounded leaders. And this is why our chief guest, we take the opportunity and very seriously have programs to mentor these particular students. So for us, we are cognizant that it does not purely stop with paying your school fees. A lot goes into mentoring you. And I hope students, even as you've been here from yesterday, a lot of people have spoken to you and given you more than even just talking to you about your academia. So we hope that you'll be all-rounded leaders who are able to cope with everything that comes around you. We recognize that a lot of you will be going into new institutions. I remember myself those years, I don't want to say them, way back in 1988 when we were transitioning. So Chairman, I'm not so young. When I was transitioning, I came from a school and I went to a totally different school. And there it became a totally different ball game. When you thought you were number one in your school, you go to a high school where you're inducted by becoming number 30. I can tell you that can shock your system, right? And you will find that in your schools because you've gone to a national school where everybody is coming and they are bright. So we want you not to be shaken. We want you to be confident that you'll be able to still emerge and be a winner wherever you go. We'll be continuously having those mentorship programs throughout your term, throughout your terms in high school, so take advantage of them. We've been challenged by our director, and we take the challenge positively to also offer you counseling and guidance for those of you who might want to be able to speak to somebody about the unique challenges you have found in high school or those challenges that you continue to find at home. So we have committed and we've agreed together with our foundation MD that we'll be able to provide you with that support around counseling during your mentor programs. And thank you for that proposal. I think it is quite important. We understand the challenges that you as young people are going through. Our foundation chairman, I know will speak a lot to much more of what we'll be doing with our foundation. But I just want to speak on behalf of Family Bank and say that you as students, our bank believes in transforming people's lives. It believes in walking the journey with you. One of our mantras is, with you for life. So one thing we want to assure you, and I think you've had the people who've been alumni of the foundation confirm to you, is that we'll walk the journey with you of life. We want to be able to support you. When you have the opportunity to come back and work with us, intern with us, volunteer in the foundation, you are really welcome to do that. And some of you, when you grow up and you find yourself also in opportunities where you need a bank, Family Bank is here to bank you, right? And we want you to be our advocate wherever you go and you be able to say that this is the bank that supported you during your hour of need. So, as you transition, young ladies and gentlemen, into high school, a lot has been said, but mine is just to urge you to continue to put God at the center of everything that you do. I think that has come out clearly, and we all want to thank Him for where we are today. Want to emphasize self-belief. A lot is going to come through your way. Challenges are going to come through your way. You must believe in yourself. Because it's only when you have that self-belief, and I've seen a lot of you here who are very confident, that self-belief is going to carry you through life and through the challenges that you have. Mine is just to reiterate this word, hard work. Can you imagine, even as late as last week, I was telling these big bosses you see here in Family Bank that the only secret to success is hard work. So this is a word you will hear all your life. Even I, as I sit here today, it is still the one thing that I continue to acknowledge, that there is no other way. And I keep saying the only other way, if it is not hard work, is either theft or deceit. So truly, young ladies and gentlemen, the only way to success is hard work. hard work and the discipline to keep it up despite the hard challenges. You've heard some of us were thrown into number 30 when we joined high school. I think the good news is that we waded ourselves back on top through hard work. So as I conclude, I want to let you know that this scholarship, what we want you to do is focus on what takes you to school, which is education. And we want to remove the financial worries from your plate. So financial worries shall not be in your equation. And if you face any other challenges, I know you've been told by the foundation, you can talk to them in terms of even your day-to-day challenges around financial issues, even your ability to get to school. So we want to remove that in your list of worries for the next 4 years. We want to tell you that the real work has begun. I know primary school looks like a lot of work, but I want to tell you the real work, the defining work, continues in your high school. So young ladies and gentlemen, please put your best foot forward. I want to congratulate you. I want to tell you that we as Family Bank, because of the way it delights me in terms of the impact we create, I am determined also to go back together with this team and put in the hard work, because it is our hard work that enables us to grow day by day and be able to continue to put much, much more into our kitty so that we can be able to sponsor more students. So please, what can you give back to Family Bank? I think you can give back to Family Bank working so hard that it continues to give us joy and pride to continue with this particular program. So that's what you can do for the people who are yet to come behind you. Work hard, continue to validate the need to have this particular sponsorship program. We commit as a bank to continue to supporting you and other students for years to come. And most importantly, we also want to witness your KCSE rewards. We want to celebrate you. So we look forward to your success in future. With those few remarks, I want to take this opportunity to invite our board chairman, Dr. Wilfred Kiboro, just to make his few remarks. Asanteni sana, and God bless you in your endeavors. Asante.
Our chief guest, I think I've messed with this gadget. Chacha Mwita, the Director of Education, the leadership of Family Bank Foundation, the leadership of Family Bank present here, our students, and all our other collaborators in this effort, good morning. Or is it afternoon? It is still morning. Firstly, I don't know, this thing is a bit of a problem. Can somebody help me to sort it out? Firstly, let me say how happy I am today. And today I'll not be speaking to you in my capacity as chairman of Family Bank. I want you to take my remarks as remarks from my grandfather, because all you guys here are my grandchildren. My eldest grandson is about 26 years, so I think all of you who are coming to Form 1, none of you is 26. So I'll be speaking to you as my grandchildren. So the advice is from my grandfather. If you have a grandfather, I try to think what he would have wanted to tell you, and that's what I'll try and do today. Firstly, let me thank the Family Bank for supporting Family Bank Foundation. because I'm very delighted to see that from a very humble beginning, I was the first chairman of the Family Group Foundation, and I was succeeded by my very able friend here, Dr. Francis, and he has done a commendable job. Because when I was chairman, I think we supported less than 60 students countrywide. And now I'm very happy that we are supporting over 300 students from 35 counties. I think that's a very great achievement, and I'm very, very delighted. This just shows that perhaps, when you pass on the mantle from one person to another, the other one takes the baton and really runs with it. And I think, Francis, you have really run with this thing, and I hope you'll continue with the same spirit and the same speed, and that maybe next year we'll come and celebrate the scholarship of maybe 600 students, if not 1,000 next year. That should be our dream. The second point I just want to make, and I think our CEO has alluded to this, is to congratulate you guys. I think you've done us proud. I think getting the marks you did, I know that is really commendable. When you pass the way you did, and some of you, I know you came from schools that were not particularly well equipped, I think speaks volumes about your ability and what kind of people that you are. But in that also, I would like to take this opportunity to also appreciate your parents and your guardians and your supporters who have brought you this far. Because to get you to this stage, actually, there has been a lot of investment done in you. And I'd just like to say asante sana for the parents who have taken you this far, because they have done a commendable job of bringing you this far. Today, you are starting an important journey in your life. And it's an opportunity now to start actually forming your life. And you must ask yourself, why Family Bank supports Family Group Foundation. And it's not because we make a lot of money. We make quite a bit as a bank, but not enough. But why do we support the Family Bank Foundation? We do that because we want to give you guys, an opportunity to make something about yourself and to make a difference in this world. It is to provide you, to give you a good education. We hope that in the schools that you'll go, that you'll have an opportunity to build your character. Yeah? And in building the character, we are talking about the kind of people that we want for our country in the future. Honest people, people of integrity, people who matter, people who care, people who think about other people other than just themselves. Because it's only that way that our country can actually move forward. You are beginning a very important journey. Yeah, because I heard some of you in terms of your aspirations, you want to be doctors, you want to be engineers, you want to be accountants, you want to be everything. And I'm saying, hiyo yote inawezekana. I trained as a civil engineer. I'm in academia, I'm a chancellor of a university, so some of you will be joining my university after your 4 years. I am in environmental conservation. I also head a bank as a chairman. I also head the biggest media house in this country. So everything is possible. And also you saw the CEO of Family Bank here is a lady, it's a woman. How many of you would like to have her job in another 10 years from now? Put up your hands. Nobody wants her job? Yeah. Rebecca, you have quite a lot of people. When you retire at some point, because seriously, what we are trying to do is to train for manpower. Because what we are trying to do is actually building our contribution, where we hope that we are making out in contribution in terms of providing future lawyers, engineers, doctors, lecturers, teachers, and so on and so on. So we are very, very delighted to make that contribution. I think I don't want to give you a lot of advice, but I know one thing, that when you go to school, one of the biggest challenges you're going to have is peer pressure. Peer pressure. And I think it has been very unfortunate, Director of Education, what we have seen in some of our schools, where we have some things that are not so good. I think all of you have heard about schools where the children are burning the dormitories, burning the classrooms, banning the buses, and so on. And I ask yourself, the classroom and the dormitories are going to be your homes for the next 4 years. Which of you would go and ban their own homes? Which one of you would go and ban your father's bicycle, or even the granary where you put your food and everything else? You wouldn't do that. But yet we know some of our students do. They go and ban the classrooms, they go and ban the dormitories, ban the mattresses, ban the suitcases. And why? Because of peer pressure. Because maybe I had, the most classic one I had a long time ago was students were not allowed to go and watch television because I think Manchester United was playing Arsenal. And I'm just wondering, how crazy can somebody be, where you go and ban a whole dormitory because you are not allowed to watch an English Premier League match? I don't know what you call it. I call it idiocy. And I know you are smart young men and women, but nobody would, on their own, would do that. You do that through the peer pressure. And therefore, what I just want to advise you is that when you go to school, don't follow the mob. You are supposed to be leaders. And this is what, as Family Bank, when we are supporting the foundation, we are hoping that we are creating and developing a crop of leaders, not followers. Not followers. And leadership is not just the politicians. People think that leadership is just about the politicians we see in the television every day. You are leaders in your own ways. And therefore, we hope that the beneficiaries of the Family Bank Foundation will be leaders in terms of influencing their colleagues and peers to do good and to be good citizens. So don't be carried away with this. The other challenge that you'll be meeting is about the drugs. There's a lot of drugs in the schools. And let me tell you this, as a grandfather, you miss nothing by not getting into drugs. You miss absolutely nothing. But you have everything to lose. Don't expect to get anywhere in life if you start indulging yourself in drugs. I can tell you this for free. I'm 78 years old. So I've seen a lot of days. And I can tell you for nothing, if you get into drugs, you are quisha. Kabisa. I'll tell you something. When I left university many, many years ago, and I went to play golf one day here in Muthaiga, and the guy who came to carry my bag as a caddy is a guy who was my classmate in the university. In my class. Why? Because the guy got into drugs. He messed himself, his family, ikazarabatika. He had nowhere. The fellow was down and out. Somebody with a university degree in engineering because of drugs. I beg you, my children, my grandchildren, please don't get into that. The other point I want to tell you is don't engage in sex at this stage. When you get married, and we hope many of you will get married, you'll have all the time in the world to have all the sex you want. But not in school. Me, I'm talking to you as a grandfather. This is not the official line for Family Bank. I'm talking to you as my grandchildren. Especially girls. Especially girls. Yeah? Please don't. Because you spoil your life before you have even started it. So I want to ask you to go and concentrate in what you have going to do. Focus on what you went to do. 4 years is a very short time. Very, very short time. But that time will make all the difference whether you make it in the world or not. Today, you are starting on equal footing, but I can assure you, in 10 years from today, some of you will be here, others will be here. But it is you guys, you decide the path that you want to follow. Don't be a follower. Be a leader, because that's what you are born to be a leader. In this country, we have a lot of things that you guys come and fix in our country, because our country is hurting from a lot of things. Our country is hurting from corruption, from misgovernance, from a lot of stuff. We want you to come and fix our politics. We want you to come and fix about things that we are talking about, like existential threat to humanity, like climate change, and also, environmental conservation and things like that. You have a lot of things to do, and we are relying on you to come and do that. I was very delighted to hear about the attitude of some of our beneficiaries of Family Bank Foundation Scholarship, saying one of the things they want to do is to come and give back to the society. That is very, very commendable and very positive attitude. Because no matter what you do and no matter what achievement you do, life is not about you. If you think about that life is just about you, about your accomplishment, about how you get into the world, you'll find that is a great deception. Life is about helping other people. And when you help other people, that's how you climb in the ladder, whether you're in the professional ladder, whether in whichever ladder that you do. When you help other people, that's how you rise to the top. You don't rise to the top by being I, me, and myself. If you have that attitude, you'll not get very far. So my greatest pleasure, I want to wish you well in your studies. I hope I'll come back here maybe in another 4 years if I'm still alive, to hear a testament from you guys telling me how much you have achieved. I have no doubt at all that you'll achieve great academic success, but academic success is very, very good, but it's not all. What matters and what will make you a better person is the character that you're going to have. And we hope that in our interactions through our mentorship programs, that you'll learn something and that you'll all become great citizens of this country. My small request to you, as I wind down, is you are beneficiaries of Family Bank Foundation Scholarship. Go and tell your friends, go and tell your parents, go and tell your aunties, your uncles, your grandfathers, and your grandmothers that here is a bank that cares for the people. Whether we have an account or we have a branch in your own area, we support you. Encourage them to come and become part of the greater Family Bank Foundation, family, by opening banks, opening accounts with us, and interacting with us, because we believe in the society, we believe in helping you, and you have been given this opportunity to do good. So, watoto wangu, wajukuu wangu, nawatakia la kila laheri, and I know you'll make us proud. I expect nothing other than to know that 10 years from today, we'll be having surgeons, we'll have been pilots, we'll be having judges, we'll be having politicians, and even one day, maybe the Kenyan president will come from one of you. That is my prayer to you today. Asanteni sana.
A better round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, of course, to our chairman, Family Bank Limited. Thank you very much, sir. Very quickly again, ladies and gentlemen, now to welcome Dr. Francis Murray, the chairman, the Family Group Foundation Board. Tumpige makofi tafadhali.
Thank you very much, MC. I'm back again here by public demand. Thank you very much, Dr. Kiboro, for your remarks. Our chief guest, Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, who is ably represented here by the Director for Education, Mr. Chacha Muita, who is a good friend of mine. He was reminding me of times that we have interacted in the big house. So thank you so much for accepting to come and represent the minister, who we understand is engaged in a similar situation where he's also flagging off some bursaries in Murang'a County. The chair of Family Bank, board chair, who is Dr. Kiboro, who is actually the founder of, one of the founders of this foundation. We really appreciate for where you started this foundation and where you took it until I was given the opportunity, humbly, to continue with where you had stopped. The Chief Executive Officer, Rebecca Bidi, who is very generous to the foundation. In fact, let me tell the students that the funds that foundation is using to finance your school education is 100% coming from the bank. And I'll tell you briefly about the bank also, something that was not said. The directors of the Family Group Foundation are present. We have Jerry Moya, who is here in the front. She's a director of the foundation. We have Mwema Muindi, who is also here. We also have Rebecca Bidi, who is the CEO of the bank, also sits on the board so that she can monitor how we use her money. We also have another board member who is not with us today, and that board member, I want to give him a very special recognition because he's the founder of the bank itself and the foundation as well. And that person is called TK Moya, who is the founder of the Family Bank. And I would like, thank you very much. And it's important for you young people, especially our students, to know that TK Moya came from a very humble background, like most of you. He tells me stories of when he was growing up in Kiambu, of how he went to school without shoes. I've looked around and I've seen most of you students, today you have shoes. This man who started this bank did not have any shoes going to school until I think he joined secondary school. That's when he got his first pair of shoes. And he struggled very, very much growing up because his parents were not able to also take him for further studies. So you have a family here that really resonates with you. He resonates with you, and that's why he has graciously accorded you this opportunity to be better than what he had growing up. So please don't squander this opportunity. Those who have been privileged to get scholarships, please make sure that you don't disappoint. Most of you come from the families, single parents, very poor families, and you have an opportunity to create a change in your families. You have an opportunity to create a change in your community. You have an opportunity to take your parents out of poverty through education. I also want to recognize John Waimere, who is the CEO of the foundation. John, we appreciate the hard work that you have put in supporting this program and many other programs that the foundation does. We are known for education, but we also have other programs, chief guests, including entrepreneurship, agriculture, that we don't talk much because this event is for scholarships. But we do have other areas that we can partner with the Ministry of Education, and especially on the TVET aspect, because we also give scholarships to, now we have graduated about 400 girls through TVET. These are girls that did not make it to the university, but that's not the end of life. So we give them another opportunity to be trained as plumbers, as electricians, as missionaries, name it. And girls are embracing these kind of fields. And we are very happy to be supportive. I also want to recognize the chairman of the Sports Kenya, my very good friend, Charles Waidaka, who is also in our midst. And we don't take it for granted that you found time to come to this event. And we hope that we can partner with you. A lot of our kids that you see here, I'm sure a lot of them are talented in sports. And so we would like to see how we can partner with you to develop that talent that they have. Because we also know that in sports, you can also make a better life, as we have seen some of our sportsmen and women do all over the world. So we appreciate for your presence. And of course, your CEO, who is also here, Pius. We appreciate the fact that you have been able to host us and give us this facility. Of course, I also want to recognize some of the family members of TK Moya who are here. We are joined by Waboi Moya, who is also here with her children, Daddy and Sophie. We appreciate that actually you found time to come and see where your grandfather's investments are being utilized. And we hope that Daddy and Sophie, that as we hope that someday, after you finish your education at Peponi, you will also join the foundation and continue the legacy of your family and support these young and women that you met today. I would encourage you to consider them your adopted brothers and sisters, because if they are funded to go to school by your grandfather, then they are also your brothers and sisters. So thank you very much. So the guest of honor, we also have many members that we partner with who are here from the bank, staff, the foundation, and many other well-wishers that we partner with. USAID, the US Embassy, many institutions that support the programs of the foundation. So as a foundation, I have the utmost pleasure, guest of honor, to officially flag off the beneficiaries of the 2023 Tufunzu Elimu program. It is a program, as you heard, chief guest, that was initiated about 11 years ago. I am privileged to have been one of those people that was there from the beginning with Dr. Kiboro, Jerry Moya, who was our CEO then, and Mwema Muindi, who was also one of the founders. So we've seen this program grow from a tiny program to what it is today. And we are looking forward to even growing it further with the support of the bank and also support of other institutions that Moya's family is also associated with. We're talking about Dekio here. We're also talking about Kenya Orient, who are also partners with the foundation. In fact, Dekio is the one that gives us free accommodation. They house the foundation at Dekio Plaza on Gong Road. So that's what they have donated to the foundation. And we don't pay them a cent for us, our offices, to be there. So we also appreciate all those partners, chief guest. As you heard, for the 11 years that we've been in existence, we have passed through about 1,200 families. And I think chief guests, you had an opportunity to hear just the two of them, Mobi and Boro, who came and talked to us about having been sponsored by the foundation and what they are doing with their lives. And I hope you students, you got encouraged to hear that Mobi was one of you where you are. And now she's pursuing her master's in Germany, not even in Kenya. She's already gone international. So the sky is the limit, and you also have the opportunity to do the same. I also, on a personal level, and family foundation was not there when I was growing up, and I wish it was there because I also needed a scholarship. But my parents struggled to raise me and educate me. And they were so determined that I also ended up, just to give you an inspiration, to abroad, to study in America. And that's where I met Mwema Muindi, who was also studying in America. That's where I met Wabui Moya, who was also studying there, and many others who are involved in this foundation. And so it can be done. And then because of the way I grew up, I got an opportunity to also take my parents, who never ever dreamt of being on a plane and going out of this country. But because they gave me education and I was able to do something with it, I was also able to give back. And I was able to also fly them to see the world. And I'm saying this to encourage you students, that you also have parents who in their wildest dreams have never thought of being on a plane, but you can make it happen. Most of you, or some of you said that you have never been to Nairobi, and this is in Kenya, yet you have never been to the capital city, and you're here now. And I'm sure when your parents were sending you, preparing you to come to Nairobi, they were also very proud that, yes, I have a child who is actually going to the big city. Now you can imagine if you put hard work and now able to just not bring them to Nairobi, but also put them on a plane and take them to Germany, like Mobi is doing. You can imagine the blessings that your parents will continue giving you. I'm happy to see some of you, and Dr. Kiboro. I don't know whether they are training to be journalists, but I'm very proud to see quite a number of our students here taking notes. I'm seeing some in the front here, but that's the way to go. Please, that's where the discipline starts. If you're taking notes, that tells me that you're determined to keep the information that you're getting with you, because you can always refer to those notes. And that's how you become a good student, by keeping notes, writing notes, so that, and our director here, the chief guest, can tell you, because he has been in Ministry of Education most of his life. So, students, I know you have had many speeches, and I know you also have a very short attention span. So I do not want to repeat what my predecessors have said. So I'll also encourage you to work hard. Don't disappoint us. When we were giving out these scholarships, I come from Murang'a County. I can't tell you how many calls and messages I got from my village. People who had passed, like you, and they were saying, we hear that you're a chairman of a scholarship program. To them, they see scholarship. We have students who have passed, but we don't know what we're going to do, because most of them are casual laborers. Some of them happen to inherit a tea farm from my parents who are passed, and some of them are casual laborers on my farm. So I know their plight. I know that they are not able, because I'm the one who give them jobs. And they were telling me, boss, because they feel that I have employed them, they call me boss. Boss, you know my child passed. You know you used to encourage my child to pass exams, and they have passed. But you know the level of my pocket, because you're the one who pay me. How can I take this child to secondary education? And I couldn't take them all, and I could not be able to help the need that's there. So I'm saying this for you to know, students, that it's a privilege. And I'm sure you know very many of your fellow students that you went to school with who are at home now and not knowing what they're going to do. And they passed, like you. They've been admitted to national schools like you, or extra county schools, or the county schools. And you know them very well, just like the gentleman who was telling us of how he went back to church when he was denied a scholarship by Wings to Fly. And he went back to church to pray, and he prayed. And Family Bank came calling, and he was able to get the opportunity. So you know those people are out there. So please, take advantage that this scholarship could have been given to someone else who could have used it in a better way. But we gave it to you. So we ask you kindly to make use of it. And if you feel like what Dr. Keboro was saying, in discipline, banning schools, banning school buses, fighting with the teachers, like my good friend Efoneke. But he was forgiven, I understand, and now he's an upright man. Don't engage yourself in those things. If you feel that you must, please give us back the scholarship so that we can extend it to someone else. Please. So make use of it. Work hard. Just because you had less marks than some of us who are on stage or others that you know that are going to other schools does not mean that you cannot make it to pursue the course that you want and the career that you want. Please, it's hard work that will give you enough marks to go to university after your secondary school. And it's not the school. Don't be discouraged. There is a school I support, again, in my village. Day school. And most of the kids I take there are those who could not be admitted to the schools you are going to. People who had less than 200 marks. And this year, as we speak, kids who had less than 200 marks. In fact, there is one child who has impressed us because he had 146 marks. And in this KCSE that was announced last week, chief guest, the boy scored B+. So you can imagine, from 146, and he has B+, from the village. And it's not even a boarding school, it's a day school. So it's your hard work that takes you to where you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for being part of this program. It is my humble duty and honor to invite the chief guest, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, who is represented by the Director of Education. Thank you very much.
Hand clap, hand clap, hand clap, hand clap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to our chairman, Karibu Sana.
I expected to see hands back to me. You have no hands with you? Hi. How are you? I was getting worried that you have no hands with you. My elder brother, the Daktari, and the two chairs, and the two CEOs, and the executive director, allow me request this congregation to give me 1 minute to stand in honor of a fallen hero, the immediate former Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Machogu, please. 1 minute of silence. Just stand up, please, young people. Thank you so much. Be seated. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, when the executive director requested me and reminded me that today you will call me Waziri, I prayed to God that I don't let you down. So indeed naenda kusimama na naomba Mungu ambaye namheshimu sana kwamba mkiniita waziri, I become the waziri that you expect. These young people, I call them young angels. By the way, I want to request, one request, Madam CEO, that from next year, let them be the chief guest. Then you have what we may call a special guest, or whatever name. Maybe the main speaker. Yeah, the CS can become the main speaker or chief speaker. Then our great angels become the chief guests. Please give yourself a clap. Chairman, if that's allowed, then I'm humbled. Yeah, so that we can give them hope from the start. The late Professor Magoha, why I asked you to stand for a minute is now gone. And I think there was one philosopher. No, I think it was either Churchill, Winston Churchill, an American president. Winston, no, he's the premier, British Prime Minister, who said that life is not predictable. Because if life was predictable, it will lose the flavor. Because we shall know when to go, and so there will be no flavor in life. But because we can't know when we'll go, then life has a lot of flavor. I was privileged to work with the late professor. One thing I remember, and I want to tell the young angels, and you listen to me carefully. He said, and I quote him, that God is so fair in his distribution of intelligence. Why? Because if God was not fair, Professor Magoha will not be what he was. He was a beneficiary of a scholarship. Starehe Boys Center. Give him a clap, please. Sit, people, Yes, I will give you 2 advisors or 3, if you allow me, because I'm a father, I'm a grandfather as well, my elder brother. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm everything. But above all, I'm an educationist. I'll give you some 3-4 advisories, then read the speech of the CS that I've been asked. And I'm happy it is blue like you people, you are blue. Look at this speech, it's also blue. Can you give a clap to this speech, please? Government is always blue, by the way. So you have printed these guys, painted my people, government. They are blue. I'm a father of 5 children. My last born has finished Form 4 from Kenya High School, Adauta John. Just last year. I spaced them a lot. I'm a father of 2 sons and 3 daughters, lovely daughters. And for the security of my life after here, I don't want to tell you what they do. But they have all gone to school very well. I have 4 graduates, 2 who have graduated and are working, 2 who are still in campus, and 1 who must go because we know she's going from Kenya High School. She's going. About scholarship. Daktari, me, I benefited in a different way, an African way. My father was illiterate. By the way, I'm Chacha. You know Chacha comes from Korea. My father was illiterate. Ni wale wazee wa masikio ambaye mpaka hapa was. It's now past tense. He couldn't write his name. But today I'm waziri here. Kwani ni nini? Simunipigia makofi. Oh my God. Thank God. I thank God for it. My mom was illiterate too. She didn't go to school. She couldn't write her name. Alikuwa pia na masikio. About 43 years ago, if you're young, I hope, the only problem is that these people are young. They are very innocent. They don't have the ability to listen with understanding. I want to make a second request, if you allow again, Chair, that because I can speak and motivate, that is a gift God gave me. In this coming possible year, this year, you request me to speak to those who will be writing KCSE before they write. They will go home and school crying. They will go crying, I'm very sure. And they will surprise you at the end of their results. These ones are too innocent. Yes, they don't know. Unajua wanafikiri maisha ni kukuja Nairobi. Some of you, I don't say you're too young, but kuna mahali mtafika mjua yale grandfather alikuwa anawaambia ni kweli. So, 43 years ago, I had passed to go to high school. 44 years actually. Hispania Boys High School. It was then a small school. They were called Harambe Secondary Schools. I'm the fifth born of a family of 11. So Dad had 2 of my elder brothers in school. He was a farmer. Sasa kaniambia, and let me surprise you. When I did my CPE 44 years ago, I was the best student in my class in Matare Primary School. You can go there and check. The best student, number 1. 33 points out of 36. No cheating. Cheating was not a dream then. Father, evening, Baba imefika wakati, nimetoa majibu, I'm the village hero. Then Father calls a family sitting. Says, my son, Charles Muita, we are here to discuss your matter. And to cut it short, he said, you are not proceeding to Hispania Boys. The reason was, he didn't have money. 33 points out of 36. Where do you repeat? Utaenda kurudia wapi? You are the division hero, you are the school hero, you are the village hero. Utaenda wapi? You break down. You collapse and die. So what happens? The scholarship I'm talking about, there was a mzee, he's now deceased, who was a friend to my father. The reason I couldn't go to school is that then the agriculture was bull related. Ile ng'ombe inavuta, si mnajua? In most villages up to now, you cannot live on bulls pulling the plow. So baba alikuwa na mbili. They were pulling the plow and therefore giving him maize to sell to pay for the 2 of my senior brothers in school, high school. So he can't sell one. Hata kama niko number 1. So what was it to do? This neighbor friend became my scholarship. He told him, Mzee Chacha, kwa sababu kijana ametufanya proud in this village. Uza ng'ombe moja hiyo ya jembe. Nitakuwa na lima yangu nikimaliza na kulimia. Baba akauza. Na nikaenda Hispania. Sio ni scholarship. By any name. And so that is my village life. The rest is history. I don't care talking about it. Mimi sasa ni waziri. Sinakaa kama waziri ama namna gani? Yes. With everything, Madam, thank you so much, the family of the founder of this bank. I recognize the hard work. There is this great philosopher, I think, who said that great people can live and die, but ideas live on forever. Please clap for that family. Ideas will live forever. So, that gentleman who thought about this idea, Chairman, tunamwenzi na tunamwomba nzuri, Mungu ambariki. This idea will live forever. And I want to say this to young people, that the only entity you should fear is God. Don't fear mankind. Fear only God, but respect all humanity. I'll give you 2 quotes, then go to the speech. 2 or 3. One is from none other than Winston Churchill, and I want to quote him for your own good as young people. And he says, this about us now in the Ministry of Education sector, Daktari. The philosophy of education in the classroom today, and I wish these young people can write this down. The philosophy my speech will be done in 5 minutes. The philosophy of education in the classroom today will be the philosophy of government in the next generation. What we do with these people, that's what they will be. But I want you to be tactful. Young people, I want you to be tactful. I want to give you another quote on tact. Tact is intelligence. And it says, tact, and I want to quote it off the head. Tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell and they look forward for the trip. Why don't you clap for me, please? They look forward. Naambia mtu wewe enda hell. But then they can even ask you, can you give me the next ticket? Because you know how to tell that person to go to hell. Tact is intelligence. That is tact. The last quote I want to tell you is this. Last. I had about 10, but I'll spare you the rest. It's about, this was Winston Churchill. Again. I'll give you one and one from Mahatma Gandhi. Once Winston Churchill said this, that no matter how tall your grandfather, and this is for you, no matter how tall your grandfather was, you must do your own growing. So don't worry about where you come from. Don't say you're from Madares, you were. Unatuambia tagataga tu. Say, I am who I am now. It doesn't matter. Whether your grandfather was the tallest man in the village, will he help you to grow up? You must do your own growing. And Mahatma Gandhi said this about I want to see what he told us. You can chain, this is about your mind. You can chain or torture and even destroy the body. But you can never imprison my mind. You can torture the body. You can do everything about me. But if you don't allow him to imprison your mind, you definitely succeed in life. That is Mahatma Gandhi. He was a great person in the area of freedom and the struggle for freedom. Young people, we have assured you that we have now taken away the pain. I thank the CEO when you spoke, madam. I liked it. You've taken away the burden of finance, money. But I want to tell you now this. I come from the sector of education, Daktari. Over my years, I've done about 23 years in the Ministry of Education here in Jogo House. 23 years. Let me remind them. And that's why I asked you to do the counseling. When we do research in the drugs you are talking about, Mzee, they don't come from this crop of people. The drugs come from the affluent backgrounds. People who have no pain about school fees. So there is more to do for these young people. There is more for you than just getting school fees. The chairman said it. Peer influence. Kwa hivyo kuwalipia school fees yenyewe Mukienda mseme umelipia school fees, you have nothing to worry about, then you become stupid if you're not careful. You get into the groups. Now you have, your families can now give you pocket money. So you start looking for what pocket money can do for you where you are. Because you have the pocket money. Because you may pay school fees. So we warn you and we want to advise you. As our parents, your children. Our children, we love you. Tunawapenda sana. Today, God has given you an opportunity. It is your first step in the journey of greatness. Clap yourself, please. The first step. Don't allow anybody else to mess you in between. Mess your life. And by the way, Chairman, let me remind these young people, and very, very firmly. You know me, I only fear God, for information. I only respect people, but I fear God. From the background, I'm told you, nimegrow kujiambia kumbi inawezekana palipo na Mungu. Kijana yule alizungumza hapa kuhusu Mungu. Heko kwako. Mpigie makofi tafadhali. The Bible, the great Bible quotation is, the fear, can you go with me? The fear of the Lord. Period. So, please go to school, do your best, and remember that Professor Magwaha was not able to pay his school fees in Form 1, the late professor of surgeon, but he became a professor of surgeon. He went to Starehe Boys Center. And so, the sky is the limit. Don't tell us where you come from. I have not told you where I came from. My father was illiterate. So really, that is the point. Today we have a lot of mental cases in schools. In fact, Madam, yesterday we were launching. Yesterday I am in charge of policy in the Ministry of Education. Yesterday at KICD, watoto mnisikize, jana, KICD, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, I and the PS were launching a policy document called Policy on Guidance and Counseling for Learning Institutions. Guidance and counseling. One great quote, I remember our Director General, alisema, I quote him, today our schools are basically small rescue centers. Why? Because our homes are inhabitable. Parents have refused to take their responsibility. Remember wakati wa mliita kitu gani hiyo ilikuja? Hii ambayo ilifunga shule muda mrefu. What were you calling it? Have you forgotten? COVID. After COVID, schools became madam rescue centers. Many, many cases. So, kuna shida kwa familia. Do you know why we have strikes? One of the reasons, other than drugs, is the freedom to go home. Watoto hawa wanataka waende shule, wakifika shule kuna sheria za shule. Lakini nyumbani ndio wanatawala. Sasa kama haoni TV Friday to Friday in school, it's only given once. They want to do a strike, go back to their parents, whom they no longer respect, and watch TV and eat. And then the food is cleared from the table by the house help. Some 14-year-old thing like this one. I thank God I have not brought up my children. I have not brought up my children like that. I have not. I will not bring up my grandchildren. Sorry, it's not me who bring up my grandchildren. How do you, mtoto ni mtoto, anasema our vehicle? Alichanga shilingi ngapi ikakuwa our vehicle? Our vehicle is a Harrier. You'll meet such useless children in school. Our vehicle. My father drives a Parado. So what? Will you drive an aeroplane? You must work hard. Can you clap for yourself? Now you are working hard, please. Nothing like our here. Our. You and the who? Muko na nani sasa kwa hiyo game? Sometimes I feel bad about this, Daktari. We are ruining a generation of our. You take children to school and it's like the hour. Everything is hour. They don't want to do their own. With those, then allow me to read the CS's speech, please. And then we forget about our vehicle, our house. Our. Don't go and say our, say my. Please be the savior of your families. You are now great people. Don't worry. Hata wakiwa na pocket money at 10,000, do not worry. They were calling them our. Where utasema my. Can you clap yourself, please? My. This is the speech of the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, during the 2023 Joint Commissioning and Send-Off event for the Family Group Foundation, Form 1 Scholarship Beneficiaries on January 26th at Kasarani Moi International Sports Center. The Family Group Foundation Board Chairman, Dr. Francis Muraya, Family Bank Board Chairman, Dr. Wilfred Kiboro, Family Bank Chief Executive Officer, Madam Rebecca Mbidi, Directors of the Family Group Foundation present, the Family Group Foundation Executive Director, John Wairi Miri, the team from Family Bank and the Family Group Foundation students, members of the Fourth Estate, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Sorry, now it's good afternoon. I wish to thank Family Bank and the Family Group Foundation for inviting me to witness this special occasion of commissioning the 302 scholarship beneficiaries of the Tufuzu na Elimu program cohort of the year 2023. Congratulations. As a ministry, we appreciate Family Bank and the group and the Family Group Foundation for joining the government's push for the 100% transition from primary to secondary school as we seek to accelerate the equitable access to quality education in this country, Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, this commissioning ceremony comes at a very timely period following the resumption of school calendar this week and the expected reporting of the 2023 Form 1 class early next month. Through the support of His Excellency, the President, William Ruto, the Ministry of Education has committed to fast-track reforms to ensure all children have access to equitable and quality-free early childhood, primary, and secondary education. This year, we are working to ensure 100% transition of all the 1.24 million students who sat their 2022 KCPE examination. We are targeting to have the 1.24 in secondary school. So may God help us as a ministry. The government spends a significantly high amount of resources to the basic education sector to ensure quality and teaching and learning in existing public primary and secondary schools. Your scholarships, therefore, are indeed a good contribution to the government's efforts to improve school enrollment, note this, school enrollment, retention, and the completion rates in our country. I have come to learn that in 2022, through the Joint Family Group Foundation and the USAID World Vision Tumikia Mtoto project, over 400 young women have so far been trained in construction courses. You mentioned about them, Madam. I'm grateful. No, Chair. I think Chair, yes. Construction courses such as plumbing, electrical, and painting, equipped with construction toolkits and linked with employment opportunities in construction projects. These are the technical and vocational skills development partnerships that the government urgently needs. Indeed, these are in line with the competency-based curriculum, CBC. The government is an ardent supporter of technical and vocational education, TVET, which is key in boosting technical capacity and providing employment opportunities and the creation of entrepreneurs with diverse skill sets. Such collective efforts will therefore provide opportunities for young people, young men and women to drive socioeconomic progress within their communities. It is therefore commendable to see the positive impact that the Tufuzu na Elimu program has made, thus fine nurturing learners by providing scholarships for bright but very vulnerable learners. With over 1,200 beneficiaries and a 95% transition to tertiary institutions. Give yourself a clap, please. 95%. So when you go, don't come back and tell us you did not go to university. You alluded to it, and I want to remind them, you are not doing anybody any favor. I'm not saying don't embarrass us. I'm saying don't embarrass yourself. Yeah, you're not embarrassing us. Yeah, watu wamemaliza hata wako na madigrii 3 na kwenda juu. So you're not embarrassing me. You are embarrassing your family and yourself. I have no apologies. Go and work hard. So we are saying we have so far given 1,200 beneficiaries, and we have a 95% transition to tertiary institutions, as earlier alluded by the foundation chair, not only in this program, creating a generation of value-based learners, but bringing about positive change within our communities. Therefore, this year's scholarships are not only impacting 300 students, 302, but 300 vulnerable families whose lives will be transformed forever in line with the foundation's vision and mission. Please clap for Family Bank Foundation. Chairman, God bless you. I can assure you, Chairman, can assure you, being your elder brother, you will definitely be blessed and your family. God cannot be unfair to you and the rest of this family. He cannot. There is a fair judge in heaven called God. I told you I fear God, not man. You will have very successful families because of what you're doing with these young people. Mungu akubariki sana. Please. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the ministry has ensured that the Form 1 placement selection criteria has always been based on merit, choice, equity, and availability of space. I wish to congratulate all the scholarship beneficiaries sitting here today for qualifying to be placed into the institutions that you have qualified to go and study. Congratulations. You're not happy about that? You have earned your way through by working hard and staying committed to excellence. As you join secondary school, I urge you to stay focused on your studies over the next 4 years. Work very hard and be the change for your family. Be the change for your family, your community, and above all, for our society. We greatly applaud this exemplary initiative by Family Bank through the Family Group Foundation. I call upon our private sector stakeholders to also contribute towards access to quality education for Kenya's children as part of the corporate social responsibility. And with those from the stage, he says, God bless you and thank you very much. Just before I walk out of this, I want to request that I recognize there are 2 children who are loaned from their counties. That was county number. There were 2. Just tell me in the list that were only 1.
All right, this is Wajir.
Yes, Wajir. Thank you. And Samburu. Where are you, please? Can we see you? Because that's very special.
Wajir and Samburu. There was the lady there.
Walk forward, please, and shake my hand. Walk forward.
Yeah, those are from Wajir. Then Samburu Michelle. Yeah.
Shake in the podium and say you are the only one representing a county. God bless you. Somebody should take a photo with this. Congratulations.
Actually, sir, so we have the background as well, sir. Thank you very much. Makofi tafadhali. Okay. Beautiful. Makofi tafadhali. Let's clap for them, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to leave you with the 2 tools when you go to secondary, young people. 2 tools. Fear of God. And if you are a sportsman or a sports lady, go and nurture your talent. One time where I met him, where is the gentleman from here? Study here. Yes, thank you, my brother. I used to be the director in charge of sports in the country from nursery up to university for 3 years. I discovered something in the 3 years, that sports people are very disciplined. Go and become a sports lady and a sportsman if you can, but study your books also. Mungu wabariki, we are proud of you. We look forward to having you here again to celebrate and say hello to your parents and families. Tell them we were in Nairobi. It was great meeting the CS representative. Thank you very much, please.
Thank you very much. A better round of applause, of course, to our chief guest, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, protocol demands, let's just be upstanding even though inafanyikaga huko Nairobi. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you for your very kind words. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So whatever is going to happen is going to happen in actually less than 20 minutes. Officially at max. I know members of the 4th estate, you want to get this bite and rush them for the 1 p.m. news. So I'm going to be very quick on this. You can kindly have your seats. Thank you, sir. All right. Dr. Mwite, I was expecting when you were saying follow your passion, I was expecting for you to say, yeah, you see like that young man. Oh, you can sit down, guys. See like that young man who is making us laugh there. I don't know why this comedy of ours. Bless you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
This is talent. Can you clap for talent, please? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Asante sana. There was only so when you guys were coming in, I was asking them what they want to be. So there were doctors, lawyers, pilots, engineers, there were accountants and everybody. So there was only one who wanted to become a comedian. Then Okati, I moved closer, he put down his hand simply because he was like, people will be looking at me weird. Then I told them how much we have traveled. Then that's when the hands looked like they wanted to come up. And I just realized, every human being is drawn to the fact of just wanting to be successful and change the story of where they're coming from. All right? So congratulations to all of you and whatever you want to become in life. Jipigeni makofi tena. So I want to call forth all our guests who spoke. So I want to call, of course, both chairman and the MD as well, and of course our chief guest as well. To just come at the front. So you're just gonna you'll just stand behind here. So we're gonna have to represent the boys and the girls, or more so the ladies and the gentlemen. I'm gonna be having Brian, so Brian will sign on behalf of the boys. All right, Brian. Hey, Brian, ngoja kidogo. Brian, ni kama mengia your exam room. Haya, I have studied for 8 years. Brian, relax, ngoja invigilator apite. Mumaifanya exam, alafu mwalimu anapita, invigilator anapita, anaangalia karatasi yako, anapita, anaenda. Alafu nasikia anasema, class, kindly read the questions carefully. Mumaisikia hiyo. Alafu wale watu wakwenda kutisha full scarp ya 4. Tunawaona sana. Mimi ni kwa full scap yangu ya kwanza. Asha sign. Wapi makofi yake Brian, ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate Brian. No, don't sign the other one. Don't sign the other one yet. Thank you so much. So Brian, you just step down kidogo. Ilikuwa the camera. Brian, come. Yes. So just pretend you're holding. Okay, hold the pen, then pretend you are signing. You can sign again. Okay, just. You are the first person in the history of signatures to sign twice on the same paper. So just sign. All right. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Brayo, si ulete tu kalamu yetu. Sijui mpango ni gani, unaenda na peni yangu. Unataka kwenda from class 8Z. Ya kunini. Aya. Zoe. So now we want to call forth Zoe to come and now do the signing. Yeah, let's appreciate Zoe as well, ladies and gentlemen. Just sign it, it's okay. All right. Ngoja Zoe, ngoja mam. Una haraka. Alright, so now tuko ready, eh? So Zoe is representing Madam. Madam mko hapa. Ladies, yeah. No, ladies, oh yeah. Yeah, that's what's up, yeah. So yeah, of course. So Zoe, unashika kalamu na sign. So mara kwanza unaangalia chini ukisign. Bana ya pili bado kalamu iko hapo juu ya signature. Tunaangalia kamera, si ndio? Fantastic. Let's go. Tupige Zoe makofi ya shidaso. Zoe smile. Aki Isla smile. Aki your camera. Acha nichape tu Snapchat. Thank you very much. So now let me have both Brian and Zoe coming up. Just hold on the sound. So what they are signing is probably wondering what are they signing. So this is what is written on the paper and which they have signed on your behalf. So this is still your commitment. We make a commitment to academic success. I want you to repeat, Repeat after me, sawa? Guys, repeat after me, sawa? All right. We make a commitment to our academic success. You cannot make a commitment while you're seated down. Wekelea kila kitu chini. Wekelea mkono kwa roho. Ni roho yako chako ama unajua sasa hii hata nimeshamaliza shule sasa hata. Just one hand on your heart. Just one hand. All right, so confidently and proudly. Sawa. We make a commitment to our academic success, and we understand that we can only succeed that through hard work and do to the best of our abilities in our education. Because we want to succeed in this program, we will be responsible, respectful, kind, a good listener, and always be the best student that we can be. We 100% commit. I didn't hear that last part. We 100% commit. Beautiful. So you're going to raise it up. Sawa. So to raise up, something will happen that maybe has never happened before. Then we're all just going to clap and celebrate and make some noise. Sawa. Tuko ready? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in 3. Ninajua. Umenifanyia katoka. Bro, mimi wenyu wa media, najua hizi vitu. Alafu sasa pia wewe wamesema, wewe pia una wablog. Wewe usicheze na watu wakati wana collect item. Ndio ifanye editing. Huo msali kwa mbele, ufoneke ajuangi. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, celebration! Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. And officially, the 2023 High School Scholarship Beneficial Joint Commission and Send-Off has officially been done, ladies and gentlemen. A big appreciation to Family Group Foundation for what you have done. Asanteni sana. Family Group Foundation, transforming families from different parts of Kenya, from every county in Kenya. We are making this a realization. Wapi makofi once again, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic, fantastic. Amazing, 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 amazing. Thank you so much. Another photo ops. And Papa. Of course, the family. All right, as we balance, let me hear you say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. To song and even. Let's move a little bit on this side. We spread out. Unstoppable. All right, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, once more. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Shake hands, photo ops, photo ops. You can have your seats comfortably as kings and queens that you are. Asante sana. Mnataka kuimba hiyo? Mnataka kuimba hiyo? We are clapping our hands, sawa. Just from where you're seated, eh? Aya. Everything you put your hands, go walk. Let's go.